I don't come in with an argument.
No, this is your argument. I was saying, I said, can we not start off with a confrontational situation?
No, that's who we are.
No, we're not. That's who you are. That's not who I am.
Lies and filthy rumors.
Jeez. I was like, can we not start off confrontational?
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How you doing?
I'm good. How was your week?
Busy, but fun.
Busy? What'd you do?
Busy. Just
work.
Yeah, that's right. Work. Thanks for taking the words out of my mouth.
You're welcome.
Yeah, work. Planning. Getting some things done, meetings, and wasn't feeling too well this week.
What's wrong?
Don't know. So just was.
It ain't the COVID.
No, I got all my. Listen, I got all my shots. I'm fully vaccinated. I don't have those discussions.
What was hurting you? Was it like allergies or were you sick?
Just allergies, and my energy was low, and then, stomach was bothering me some, but I'm okay.
Well, better now?
Yeah, better now.
Good.
How you been?
Perfect.
Duh.
I'm a dime. Hello.
I mean, why would I even
10 all day, every day, feeling good.
I mean, for
Not
real.
really. I don't always feel good. I'm not always a 10. I meant 10 like in 0 feeling like garbage and 10 feeling perfect. I wasn't saying dime like,
No, I don't know.
What like, the youth, the crazy youth who's like, that chick, she a dime. I wasn't saying it like that.
Okay.
I said the crazy youth.
Let's say.
In my ripe
So
old age.
what if they say that chick is a nickel?
I mean, she's half.
I say, wow.
I mean, she's like 50%. I would say normally, I'm probably a couple quarters in a nickel.
Why am I sitting here trying to add it up, though? That's the question.
That's 55.
55.
I'm 55. 5.5.
Gotcha.
No, I didn't. I mean, I worked all week, and I had homework.
How's that going? How's school going?
It's fine. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. And thank you for joining Ready.
No, I mean, no, I have, yeah, for real. Thank you for the podcast. No, I have a 4.0.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, I know. That's who I am. But
how about thank you?
No, thank you. I'm the one working on it. You're not taking the classes.
That went backwards.
I mean,
be called compliment and then thank you.
No, that's facts. I have a 4.0.
I think you're missing the point.
Try again. I think I did.
I mean, for real. I was giving you a compliment. I said, like, good job. And then you say, thank you.
Oh.
Say, facts.
Oh, good job. Good job. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you acknowledging that I'm working hard.
Listen, but of course, I'm like, why am I giving her a compliment?
No, not in school. That ain't no joke.
Yeah, that's work. Yeah. That's hard work.
I was stupid, though.
How?
I took a full load in the summer. And that was dumb. It's like, hey, you know what? Let's start a podcast and let's go to school full time.
Well, hey.
I mean, I went to school full time and worked full time.
Dream the impossible dream.
Well, it is. No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But this week it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And can I tell you, there are classes that I like and it don't bother me. I mean, it might be a workload, but it don't bother me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, and you know me,
mm-hmm.
you know me, I'm taking political science.
Mm-hmm.
I could not care less about this class. So every question that they ask, I want to scream, I don't care. And it's like, please write a 400-word discussion about, I don't know. I don't even know what it says. So guess what I did?
What?
Your brother's the best person I know with politics.
Right.
So this week,
mm-hmm.
well, and last week,
mm-hmm.
I phoned a friend.
Okay.
I sent him a text message, and I was like, hey. And he was like, hi.
How can I help you?
And I was like, I need your help. And he said, go ahead. He was probably like, what is this girl getting ready to say to me?
What do you want?
And then I sent him the question. And then, like, you saw the typing bubble for like a good 2.5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then he gave me like 200 words. That was my answer. And I was like, I got another one for you. He's like, go ahead. And then I asked him, he's like, you're going to have to hold on a few minutes for that one. Okay. 20 minutes later, then he sent me another answer. He was probably working or whatever.
The joy of politics.
Oh, he enjoys it. I enjoy that he enjoys it because it helped me.
Well, that's good.
Because I was irritated about it.
That's good.
I was more than irritated about it. Mm. He explained it in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my other one that I'm taking right now is, I forget what it's called, but it's about the Romans and the Greeks. Like, not current.
Right. You know, I miss attending school. I loved my time at school. I loved learning.
Nerd.
Completely. I loved learning. I still love learning.
I don't. I feel like I'm full. I'm maxed out.
No.
I feel like I have to let a few things go to let something new in.
Wow.
It's like, what am I going to let out? I like, some of it I do, but then the stuff I don't care about, I don't want to learn about it. Such as political science.
Right.
And it's not like the political science class, it's not teaching me anything that I can use. It's like, I don't know. It's stupid. I'm not going to say it because then somebody's going to be like, you need to know that. And I don't want to hear it.
Wow. Okay.
I don't need to know if I can ask other people about it.
That's true. I get it.
You don't agree with that statement. I can see it on your face.
No, I don't agree with it, but I don't agree with it at all. But I understand it. You know, I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, good.
I mean, hey.
I'm totally done talking about that. Let's change the subject.
Let's go.
Okay, so topic of the day, podcast of the day. Watch me sit up. Hold on. Hold this. Hold it. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is what we're going to talk about today. It's deep.
Okay.
I'm done with lighthearted.
All right, let's go.
Tell a time you didn't give up.
A time that I did not give up in my life. And I wanted to. Well, many times. But one time in particular, it's like, I'm going to go back a little ways. High school, graduate, getting ready to go to FAMU. And I almost gave up because, you know, it was one of those things. The background was I wasn't the smartest kid and didn't take school seriously academically really until my junior and senior year when I really realized I want to go to college and you know, and do something musically. But I had so much head trash and so many other issues that, you know, I just felt like I wasn't good enough. So what ended up happening was I applied to FAMU and they turned me down. And I got so sad and just depressed. Then I applied again and they turned me down again and again. I applied to FAMU 4 times in 1 year and they said no every time. And this time, you know, my friends were getting their acceptance letters to FAMU and everyone was, you know, so excited. And I'm sitting here thinking like, oh no, you know, because I really wanted to go to FAMU. And so what ended up happening was I applied one more time because my test scores were low and all that stuff like that. They said to me, it was a program called the Freshman Studies Program. And it was a cool program. That means that anybody can come during the summertime. And if you are accepted into the program, you have to pass freshman classes. And if you pass with a certain GPA, you get to continue on to, you know, to start in the fall.
Is it like junior college for FAMU?
Kind of, but not as intense, but kind of. Okay. But I had 1 semester to get it. And I had auditioned and I got into the School of Music. So I had a scholarship waiting for me. Dr. Vernon Smith had a scholarship for me, but I did not, you know, but I had to get into the university. So I almost gave up, you know, because they wanted me to go to summer school. And guess what? We ain't had no money. There was no scholarships for the summer. So I was put in a situation in which I have to take out a student loan. And I was like, oh no. My mother, well, my principal, my high school principal at the time, Clara Walters, helped out with some things. Miss Hargard helped out with some things to help my mother out. And so, you know, I was raised, like I said, I was raised by some strong women that really just was just a backbone. But what ended up happening was my mother went and took out a loan for me, but she put out in her name. So it was like a parent loan for her child. Mm-hmm. And it slapped me in the face because I was like, oh no. I went to college with 3 pair of pants. My auntie, who's passed on, my Aunt Ann, and my mother drove me to Tallahassee. And I remember them driving me to Tallahassee and dropping me off at Pattyfoot. That was the door in Pattyfoot. And that's where I met some wonderful friends who we are friends to this day. On Facebook, we, is my freshman brothers. But I sat there and watched my mother drive off with my aunt, and I started crying. Because, first of all, my mother didn't have money like that, And so she literally took out a loan that she could not afford so I can go to college. So that's when I just said, I'm not going to give up. Because at that point, I needed to make her proud. So I was not doing it for me. I was doing it for my mom, And so I was but then when I got there, I was in remedial classes, remedial math, remedial English, I was in remedial. And I thought, and for a minute, it was embarrassing. And then I just realized I can't give up. I can't let my mama down. I just cannot do this. I want to be in music. Anything that's in music, I want to be in music. And so I remember always going to the study hall. I remember always going to see my tutor and just going there and going there and going there. And at that time, the freshman studies program said 2.0. If you get a 2.0 average in these college classes, and I took 12 hours, so I was a full-time student. If you can make a 2.0, you get to stay and you get to get your scholarship. I worked my butt off. Like I said, I was learning how to be a student. I wasn't the smartest. I just learned how to work really hard. And I wouldn't give up. And every time I got down in high school, I remembered I got a mother, I got brothers, I got family members who are looking and cheering me on to keep going, because that's when you have to have blind faith. That's when you have to have faith, which is blind. I don't know. I just got to keep going. I can't give up. I didn't want to move back to Orlando saying that I didn't make it. I couldn't do it. So I worked really, really hard, and I ended up making a 3.25. And the significance of me making a 3.25 is this right here. It's not that the GPA was so high. Back then it was high. Now, nowadays probably not be that high.
We don't have the classes where you get 17 credit hours.
Right. I wouldn't have been an AP anything. It would have been average or remedial. Mm-hmm. But that's okay. That was really okay. When I accomplished it and said, I had a sense of pride because I said, now I can continue on at FAMU. So I didn't give up, but I almost did. Now, we're going to talk about later in this podcast. There are other times, that I could have given up in other situations in which I didn't. But there was a life lesson that I learned there that applies to this day. Through any awards I've gotten, through any things that have happened, I've always been the underdog, but I've never been the victim. I've never allowed myself to be a victim. Mm-hmm. Even when others try to make me a victim, I ain't a victim. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not, or a villain. You know what I'm saying? It's more so of just saying, I was so used to working from behind. I just got this drive that clicks in till I go to a whole different level. And I just say, okay. But it started at FAMU. And, and those people said who I got picked at, oh, he's not going to be anything. Oh, he's going to, life. So I was starting to not let my motivation became not allowing my mother I didn't want to let her down. Didn't want to let myself down, my family down. But I also an incredible motivation for any naysayer that say I can't. Watch me.
Right.
Watch. Yeah. Just watch. Because time will tell it. And so it has driven me to this day. When you say no, watch out.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So what about you?
Well, when bless you.
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
You're forgiven. I'm going to go a different route.
Okay.
Than you. Mm-hmm. Because, and literally, I don't know why this popped in my head while you were talking, because this is not what maybe I'll talk about what I was thinking I was going to talk about, but I think I'm going to talk about this now. One of the times that made me really, that I didn't give up, and I'm grateful for it, but it was a long, long process. So one thing I kind of want to say, we can all have little moments, like, I ran the race, I finished it, I did this, I did that, like little chunks of time. This is something that took me about 14 years to get to, if not more.
Right.
Maybe more. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to talk about is accepting me.
Right.
It took me. I did not give up on that, and I think a lot of people do.
Yes, absolutely.
And let me tell you the moment. I grew up in the South. Mm-hmm. I know you grew up in Florida, but we don't call that the South where I'm from.
What?
We don't. So I grew up.
They're wrong.
I grew up in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And it's a different mindset than it is here. And then when I grew up, it's a different mindset than it is now. You know what I mean? So I ain't even going to get into all that because that's a whole different show. Anyway, a lot was given on your appearance. And I think for women, it still is probably. Mm-hmm. I think things are more accepting now than what they were when I was younger. But, I mean, there might be younger women who would disagree with me that, and maybe it's because I'm older.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I don't know.
Right.
But I remember, so, a woman's body changes when she has a baby. Everybody knows that. That's common sense.
Correct.
When I got pregnant with my oldest child, I weighed about 125 pounds and was a size 6.
Okay.
When I gave birth to my oldest child, I weighed about 200 pounds. And I brought with me a pair of size 6 jeans. Mm. I mean, I weighed 200 pounds after the baby was out. Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably over that, honestly. I don't know. We don't need to remember. But, I just thought the big old belly. I don't know what I thought. I was stupid and young. But anyway. But I remember wanting to put my clothes on to go home and crying my eyes out because I couldn't, they didn't come up to my calves. Mm-hmm. So then I thought, well, I'm swollen. I mean, I was swollen. Actually. But I went for probably a year after that. Mm-hmm. And I went into a very, it was a depression of myself. I got to where I no longer saw me. Wow. And time went on and I stopped buying myself clothes. When I would go home and visit my mom, she would buy me clothes. And I would feel good in a way because she wanted pictures or something and she would buy me like a dress. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, we need something to take pictures with. So she'd get me a dress, but the size would hurt my feelings. Mm-hmm. And then because I was depressed because of my size, then because I was an emotional eater big time, then I would go get Doritos. And it would go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, I will never forget my friend Jacqueline. We were sitting in a Starbucks. Mm-hmm. And you know her. She beautiful, model, gorgeous, like stunning woman. And I said something like, yeah, well, you don't know, like I kind of dissing myself. And she goes, okay, I've wanted to say something to you about this for a while. You can be sporty and you can be comfy and not wear other people's clothes. You deserve your own clothes. Mm-hmm. So she took me to Victoria's Secrets, literally, and I bought sweatpants and a sweatshirt. And I felt like $1 million that day. Size extra large, and it was probably too tight because I was a big girl. And I was feeling good about myself. I started eating a little better, being a little more conscious, started walking. Mm-hmm. Okay? Then, this is about 6 months after that, I go get out of the shower. Mind you, what I had said before, I had stopped seeing myself. Literally had stopped seeing myself. I would say I would post photos of this time frame on the Instagram. There's not any. Because I would not take a picture of myself. That's so sad when you edit yourself out of your own life.
Right.
Literally did. But I got out of the shower, and the way that my bathroom at that time was set up was like at the shower, then, you know, like you step out the shower, sinks, and a mirror. So you get out the shower, you naked, like right there in the mirror. But I hadn't seen it. You know what I mean? Like, you see it, but you don't. And I had reached over to get a towel, and the Lord showed me things I hadn't seen. Like, there were, and I just stopped and I looked, and I thought, who is that? Who is that? Ugh. And I had like this, a light, like a switch flipped on me. And I was like, no. You haven't looked at yourself. You haven't seen this. You're crazy, Kristie. What is wrong with you? And at that moment, I started.
Right.
Now, my weight has fluctuated throughout the years. Like, it has went up 20 pounds, dropped 20 pounds, you know, whatever. I've never been obese again. Because, well, I know. Like, it scares me. It scares me so bad that I could be. Because how it made me feel. I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was such a heart-sick feeling.
Right.
But now, when I gained that 20 pounds, because I decide I want to eat all the cheeseburgers.
Right.
I don't hate me. And it has taken so much work for me to be able to, even when I know it, and you have to look in a mirror and just look at it and say, this is fine. This is who I am. This is my body. God has given me this body to walk around in. So if there is a stretch mark or a roll or a dimple or it's pale,
right?
Whatever it is, you know, whatever it is that I'm not liking, it got me up. It houses my soul. It houses my spirit. It houses who I am. And to get from the point of loathing yourself to being able to accept it and accept that it's not perfect. Am I the way I ideally want to be? No. Will I ever be? Probably not. But I'm going to love what I'm in today.
Right.
And then if it bothers me enough, I guess I'll fix it.
Right.
And accept what I am. To go through and have to literally not give up in that moment, it's been such a long struggle to get there as a woman, as a mom, to accept who I am, what I look like, and make no apologies for it, to not make it better for anybody. This is why, I mean, you've only known me pretty much through the outside of this. Right. Since you've known me, I've pretty well been there. You didn't know me in the before part.
Right.
But that's one of the reasons I dress the way I want to. You know why? I like it.
Well, everyone has a story. And your story is your story, and your story allows your confidence. And,
true.
You know, and oftentimes people will judge what they cannot relate to, or they judge what they don't have the courage to do.
That's true.
You know, if they see your hair, I love your hair. I wish I had the courage to do it.
How many times have you heard that?
I mean, 1,000,000 times. But the whole thing about it is, there's answer to that, but they don't know your story for you to have the confidence to do it yourself.
Right.
And so, you know, that's your journey. You know,
and
so that's your journey.
And let me tell y'all something. For real. I mean it. I hear all the time, Jeff can vouch, I got a bleach blonde mohawk. My mom hates it. Like, she hates it. She's like, I wish you'd let your hair grow out. She does. And I'm sorry, Mommy.
I'm not.
But I tried for a minute, and then I cut it off because it gave me rage.
Right.
And it's hair. You know what? It makes me feel good. So I wanted to make it, but you see right there? I let my hair grow out because I regressed a little bit. Because I wanted to please somebody.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I want Mommy to be happy with my hair, and she don't like it this way. And then I realized I was miserable. She wasn't fixing my hair every day. She wasn't looking in the mirror every day. I still was looking in the mirror, though. And that's something, if you all want to bleach your hair and get a mohawk, it's just hair. Mm-hmm. It's just hair. It'll grow back.
But oftentimes people don't have that confidence to say it's just hair, because hair can define us or not. You know, we all have our little things that define us.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's, for some people, it's more than hair. It's livelihood, you know. And then what? Because we don't know what people's baggage is or what inspires them. Who knows?
That's true. Well, I mean, like, and please also don't say, Kristie told me to get a bleach blonde mohawk, and so I did it, and then get fired from your job. You know, if it is not within your dress code, please do not get it.
Or go to your parents and say, Mama, listen to the podcast. Kristie said do it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, and no, don't ever say that. Listen to your mom and dad.
Then you be out the house talking about something. Wait, what happened? Kristie said you can do it. Go see her.
Kristie has no room at the inn.
I was like, bye.
We are full.
That's what you get. No.
But yeah, I mean, that's a little self-love journey that I had to go on, and I like me. So due to your requests, this has been split into 2 episodes. That concludes the first part of this one. Thank you so much for listening. It's just me doing this outro because, well, Jeff isn't here because, well, I don't know where he's at, honestly, but I'm at work, and you all decided you wanted to, so I got to do this while I'm editing. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Red and Green Colorblind. You can like us on Facebook. And please, 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 if you are listening to us, please, if you can rate and review, give us 5 stars. It helps us out so much. We really, really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a blessed day.